Most black women hate their hair. Most black women are not confident enough to wear their natural type 4 hair out in public. Most black women feel very insecure when they wear their natural hair. Really, my hair is very curly. Black women who do not embrace their natural hair, who are not confident enough to rock their natural type 4 hair, who feel insecure wearing their natural hair out in public, you will trigger women like that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They might bully you. They might say that you're seeking validation. Sorry, society plays a huge role with black women, most black women disliking their hair because of the European beauty standards.
I am back! What it do, baby?
We talk a lot about pressure to fit into white beauty standards, the expectations that straight hair, lighter skin, and Eurocentric features are the norm we're supposed to aspire to. And yes, that narrative has shaped everything from how we're perceived in the workplace to what's pushed in social media advertising. But let's be real, the pressure doesn't just come from the outside. There is a growing and honestly confusing judgment happening inside of our own communities. Now, if a black woman wears her hair straight, gets a suppressed or ass bundled, some folks are quick to hit her with, "Oh, why are you trying to look white? I thought you were natural. You still doing flat irons? We off that." Suddenly, it's like we're wearing straight hair and that makes you less black, less woke, or somehow less authentic. And that's just a different kind of policing. Same tactic, different voice. So let's be clear, something's up. Wearing your hair straight isn't self-hate, it's just a freaking style, bro. You can love your coils, embrace your culture, and rock a silk press because it's healthy, convenient, and productive when it's done right. Facts over feelings, please, every time they win. Straightening is a styling method, not a rejection of your roots. And flat irons, wet sets, silk presses are not damaging the hair in any way, shape, or form when done professionally or with proper technique and with control, right? Stretching your hair actually causes less tension than tight braids, wigs, sew-ins that you're wearing all in a row that snatch out edges, like most of your teen natural styles. Natural hair does not mean that it has to be curly all the time. It means that your hair is chemically unaltered. That's it, that's all. How you style it, that's your choice. So what we need to do is get more freedom and not more rules. We need more education and less judgment, more healthy hair science and less YouTube fear mongering with all of the oil overload and anti-heat myths. So let's stop gatekeeping what it means to be natural or proud. Black hair is not something that we can just put in a bubble, right? It is versatile as ever, and that's the beauty of it. So let's open it up. What exactly are we supposed to do? What exactly are you expecting? Because the truth of the matter is, most women who say that they're natural and most women who swear off of blow dryers and flat irons and all of the things, in the quest to find something so different, you end up running to things that damage your hair way more than a blow dryer or a flat iron ever would. We also hide behind this thing of like, oh, black hair is so much different than white hair, and you can't use a round brush and a blow dryer on black hair, but you can on other hair, and it's not true. And I'm demonstrating that to you in this video. What I want you to pay attention to is the round brush. I want you to pay attention to the technique that I am using. I really want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention to the way that I'm holding my blow dryer. I want you to pay attention to the way that I'm holding my brush. And at this point, if you need to, go ahead and rewind it, because I want you to pay attention to the way that I dealt with her hair, the way I detangled her hair, or I'm sorry, combed through her hair, because there's a difference between detangling and combing, right? Let me know in the chat if you want me to go deeper into that, but there is a difference, right? But I want you to pay attention to everything that I'm doing. And I want you to make this mental note, because in a second I'm going to show you that there is literally no difference between the way that I'm doing her hair and a whole nother texture. I do not support curl typing. I've already made the video on it. I let you know that it is made up by a man named Andre Walker to sell a hair product line that has been discontinued. They don't even sell his hair products anymore. He was again Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist. He is no longer Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist, and the curl typing chart was never meant to be anything that you guys make it out to be. It was only meant to sell a hair product that is not respected in any scientific journal anywhere in the city or the world, Craig. Okay, so again, as I am blow drying her hair, this beauty here is one of the clients that would be team natural all the time. So she would be team natural the majority of the year, the majority of the summer, and then this is her one time that she's coming in to get her hair straightened. Now I have the part 2 of how her hair looks straightened, but if you guys want to see that, I'll do a comparison of her hair being straightened and another person with healthy hair being straightened, because we always had to get rid of so much hair, way more hair. Her hair should have been completely down her back, but because of the practices and because of the patterns of routines that Black women have that you guys will not let go of, it's a repetitive cycle. And what do I mean by that? It's the summertime right now, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, so I'm in the desert. And in the summertime, whenever I used to stand behind the chair, I'm retired now, but when I used to stand behind the chair, when women would come in, and as you can see right there, I don't think you could see, but there will always be knots in her hair. She used to have a whole lot of single strand knots. And around this time, right, in the summertime, they're doing their braids, the wash and goes, the twist outs. The only time she will really comb or brush her hair is when I did it, right? So yes, her hair right now still looks thick and full and things of that nature, but we always had to get rid of so much hair because of the team natural practices. Some of them are going to pop up on the screen in a minute, and I want to play a game with you. When you see the different team natural things that you did, that you were a part of, I want you to be honest and type them out in the comments like, yep, I did that one. Because if we're being honest, when we're talking about a Black woman's hair, all of the things that you run to instead of going ahead and blow drying your hair and flat ironing it, or blow drying, or not blow drying it, or doing a flexi rise or a perm rise, that because you're stuck in this thing, like you're stuck in this mental mind frame of like, oh my god, it's because they're getting their hair straight because they don't like being Black. I did hair for over a decade, and there was never a time where a woman sat in my chair and was getting her hair straightened because at her job they told her she had to wear her hair straight. That never happened. And none of them were getting their hair straightened because they wanted to look like a white woman. And I'm not being disrespectful, because I know some of my sisters are in here. Hello, girl. How are you? I'm not being rude, but if we're being honest, who's really trying to look like a white girl? Nobody. They don't even sell European bundles. I mean, they do, but they're not popular. Everybody's trying to get Brazilian and Malaysian and Peruvian hair and things of that nature. Nobody's trying to purchase European hair. So it's almost like everybody just gets into this repetitive cycle of just repeating things. You just repeat things because there are things that have always been said, and you don't even really know. You don't know why you're actually repeating them. You don't know why you feel this way, right? So at this point, her hair is blown out, but I'm going to sit her under the dryer for a second so her scalp can dry a little bit. If you want to see the silk press again, then let me know right now in the comments, right? Say, oh yeah, girl, I want to see it. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments, and it'll come soon. The video was already posted, but a lot of you are new here and you may have missed my old silk press content and things of that nature, right? So this beauty here, this is like my little sister. This is my little sister. She is a grown woman now, which is crazy, like a grown woman. grown, but I've known her since she was a kid. I want to say she was like 12 when I met her, and I didn't take the old intro out, so we're gonna look at it, and it's awesome now. Okay, so yeah, subscribe if you're here still. Subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Like, what are we doing? Make sure your post notifications are on. You want all notifications. Thank you. So now at this point, before we get started, if I'm not mistaken, this was me combing through her hair before it was shampooed. Yes. And again, I have been knowing her since she was 12 years old. Her hair has not always been this long. It was never like super duper short, but it's before, like when she was younger, it was like when she wore it curly, it was kind of like short bob length, kind of like a little bit, no, like touching her shoulders, a little bit above her shoulders, right? And I know somebody's gonna ask, and she doesn't care. Her father is black and her mother is a Caucasian woman. I love you, Nicole. Oh my God, hi. So the thing is, that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Her hair still was curly. Her hair still got curly on a regular basis. Whenever she wets her hair and scrunches it, it gets really curly, right? But this is for anybody. It doesn't matter what race you are. The longer your hair gets, the heavier your hair is. And the heavier your hair is, the looser the curls are going to be. It's the same thing like if you have a slinky in front of you, the more weight you put on the slinky, the more the slinky is going to extend. And eventually, if it's enough weight on it, it hits the floor. It's the same exact concept. So that's something that I want you to think about. And at this time, she also has hair color and a keratin treatment. But at this point in time, no, she didn't have a keratin treatment yet. I'm sorry, no, she didn't have a keratin treatment yet. And if I'm not mistaken, I forgot what kind of, I think I'm giving her a color gloss, a color glaze. I don't know, don't quote me on that, because that's not what this video is about. But you can tell she my baby because I was at my house. I don't do people hair in my house, okay? But at this point, she's just getting if I'm not mistaken, it's just a gloss. It's just like a semi-gloss I'm putting on her hair, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll put it in the comments below once this video is over with and once I figured it out, right? But anywho, as I'm putting this on her hair, whatever it is, it's something to coat her hair for the color that she has, because she had color that I didn't do, and it was like in the summertime, and she's just making sure that it's not, nothing is messing with her hair color. Like, she's not gonna get any breakage and things of that nature. So she's getting the specific color treatment that I just don't remember right now. But anywho, as I'm putting this color treatment on her hair, as I'm putting this treatment on her hair, the same way I did the client that you just saw, both of their scalps were detoxed. Both of them had shampoo and conditioner. She needs a different type of treatment than my client needed. My client needed a different type of treatment, which she received. I just didn't film that part, right? But it just so happened in this case, I ended up filming the part that shows the type of treatment that she got. But my client got the same type of treatment, and hers was one that was structured around somebody who had been doing braids and team natural and things of that nature, because there was a certain pattern and routine I had to follow for that client base. And to be honest, it was about, I'm gonna say about 40%. About 40% of my clientele was team natural all through the summer, and braids all through the summer. And then whenever school time rolled around, then they were coming back in for me to fix it. But that is why most black women don't retain length, because all of the length that you've retained, you end up cutting off, right? Why? Because as a black woman, you believe that hair care is braids and twisties and updos. You believe that you're supposed to wear styles that cause you to need to take a Tylenol or aspirin and things of that nature. And the truth of the matter is, once you hit your 30s, like your early to mid 30s, all of those high tension styles are things that you shouldn't do. But you know what else you shouldn't do? You also shouldn't do styles that are gonna make it so your hair is matted all the time. So as much as you love your wash and goes, as much as you love your twist outs, if you go to sleep and you end up having a lazy day where you just in bed the whole day, when you get up, your hair is going to be matted. Versus you doing a flexi rod set or a roller set or something like that, and then you lay down and you lazy, your hair is not going to be matted. All you'll need to do is put some serum on your fingertips and get a wide tooth comb, and then put your hair in small sections and comb it out. It'll be simple. You know why? The bonds are already set. But when you're just team naturalling it up, washing and going it because you're ashamed of wearing your hair straight, then it's not gonna make any sense. Because everybody in like American black women are like, oh, like our African roots. But if y'all go to Africa, they're not walking around like in the urban areas and stuff, and where they have regular everyday stuff just like us. They're not walking around, all of them not walking around with afros and wash and goes. They're not. They have the same type of issues that you have. And as a research scientist that has clients internationally, that has an international clientele, I can tell you that women in Africa have these same types of issues that you have, if not more excessive, because they don't all have access to the same types of solutions that you do. So these are things that I want us to think about all the time, because they're things that we're not. And again, she's getting a treatment. This is an Olaplex treatment. There we go. There it is. Now I finally figured it out. It was an Olaplex treatment she was getting. So I ended up what I was using with the brush, that was Olaplex 0, right? Olaplex 1. I'm sorry. Olaplex 1 and Olaplex 2, and then I followed up with shampoo and conditioner, so she just got the full shaboom. And then I'm going to give her a round brushing blowout treatment. Now, the first girl that came, she didn't book a Olaplex treatment. That's why that's not what she got, right? So she got a different type of conditioning treatment to fit the place that she was in, right? But this one is something different. And as a professional cosmetologist, that was my job, right? Even though this isn't a client, this is my little sister, but that was my job. And now going to a professional cosmetologist, that is their job. And the only way they're going to be able to do their job is if you sit in their chair, you're real, you're authentic, you're honest, you're open about the things that you've done in the past. Like, even if you do have box color on your hair, they need to know that, because if they don't know that and then they do something that's gonna counteract with that, then your hair is damaged. But if you're honest and you say, girl, yeah, I was cooking it up in the kitchen, girl, I shouldn't have, we're gonna be like, it's okay, girl, and we'll figure it out. But you have to be honest. So I want you to look at her hair. So many times we're always European beauty standards, y'all. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, we get it. Yes, there are times where, depending on what type of job you work, they're like, oh, I don't want to see your hair like that. But this is the thing. I've been in Vegas. I'm from Detroit, but I've been back and forth from Detroit to Vegas since I was 17 years old. 16 going on 17 years old. So I've seen I've seen both sides of the spectrum. And when you come out here, like, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, these women are doing their hair every freaking day. And then guess what? On the days that they don't, if they go into work, let's say they like, oh, I don't have time to do my hair, so I'm gonna just wash it and air dry it, and at work, guess what? They get sent home. Some of y'all won't believe me, but I remember when I first got to Vegas, I had to do 6 months of high school out here, right? 6 months of high school out here. And because I graduated early because of the credits, blah, 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 whatever. But there were Samoan girls that would come to school without doing their hair, like just with their hair wet, and by lunchtime they would have this big old afro all over the place. They would get sent home, or they would get sent to the office and made to do their hair. What are we talking about? It doesn't have anything to do with your race. It's all about grooming. It's about grooming. And the truth of the matter is, like, if you don't agree with me and you think that you putting products on your hair and letting your hair air dry in its natural state, then okay. But I want you to know that Black women are not the only people on the earth with curly hair. We have the curliest hair, but we're not the only people with curly hair. But we are the only people that struggle with retaining length, right? But the other groups of people that have curly hair too, that don't struggle retaining length, you don't even know that their hair is curly. And it's not because they want to be white. It's because they understand the structure of the human hair stab, and they understand that for sebum to move from the roots to the ends safely in a couple of days, you need to have your hair properly stretched, whether it's stretched in a perm rod set, in a flexi rod set, whether it's blown out and flat iron, whatever it is. But this constant battle, this constant back and forth with like, oh, white beauty standards. No, maybe there's a small group of women that like are sitting at the chair in their chair, or they sat in my chair and was like, oh, when Sin gets done with my hair, I'm gonna be white. I'm gonna look like a white woman. Oh my God, I'm gonna be white. I'm gonna be a white woman, a white girl. Maybe there were people who did that, but I've never met them. Most women who get their hair straightened, they like the way that their hair looks when it looks all silky, or B, it's easier for them day to day. Everybody doesn't want to get up every morning, spray their hair with a water bottle and put a bunch of products in it. Some people want to get their hair done that first day of the week and not to have to do nothing but unwrap it and part it and then leave out the house. That's the thing. But again, in this video, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you that there's no difference between what I did to her hair and what I did to my first client's hair. And I need you to tell me the difference. It's the same brush. I also need you to rewind it and see, like, you can pause it. And YouTube, it lets you like zoom in with stuff with your fingers. Like if you use your thumb and your index finger, you can zoom in. And I need you to zoom in and screenshot both of the brushes all the way through. You don't see any hair in either brush. The technique is the same. The only thing that has changed is the amount of sulfur to sulfur linkages and the size of their follicle. That's the only thing that changed. Nothing in my technique changed. My products didn't change. Nothing. She had an Olaplex treat. So that's why there were Olaplex products used. This is color treated hair. The first client, her hair was virgin hair. I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm not cutting this out because I love her face, because she's my sister. Oh my God. But anyway, this is something that I really, really want y'all to think about. Like, it's so exhausting. If I'm gonna be honest, it's so exhausting to have a lot of these conversations, right? Because we're constantly like, oh no, it's hard for me to do my hair like this because I'm Black. No, it's hard for you to do certain things because you don't have the right techniques and you don't have the right patterns. So that's why even though I come on here and I'm giving you the information, all of the how-tos and the exactly what to do are in the growth cycle blueprint and the 7-day hair growth challenge. And I also have a book now, right? The 7-day challenge journal that you can use. So you have options, but none of those options make room for you to shame yourself, for you to shame other people because of the way that they wear their hair. And that's the craziest thing for me, right? When a Black woman is talking about, oh, wearing your hair straight because of, white beauty standards. So we don't have to submit to white beauty standards. Now we all have to submit to Black beauty standards. Is that what is that what we getting now? Is that what we getting to? What are we talking about? Hair is hair. So look at her hair before her Olaplex treatment, and then you can see how her hair turned out afterwards, right? You can clearly see the difference. This is just going back, seeing how we started. You saw how it left off, but this is how it started. And when we're talking about hair that's frizzy, hair that's dry, hair that's damaged, hair that needs more moisture, hair that needs more hydration from the inside and things of that nature, that's universal. These are things that everyone deals with. These are things that everyone deals with. And again, this is how her hair was at the beginning. But you just watch how her hair ended, how it ended. It's the same thing. But because you are stuck in that mental mind frame, right? Because you're stuck there like, oh, black girls, because our hair is dry because we're black. No, your hair is dry because you don't have the proper routines and patterns. Your hair is dry because you don't know your scalp profile, so you don't know which products to use and what not to use. You're just grabbing anything because it says that it has strawberries on it. It's a strawberry. Like, seriously. These are things that I want you to think about. And again, real quick before we go, how many differences did you see in how I did my client's hair versus how I did my little sister's hair? Which one? Her dad, and I keep saying my little sister because her dad and my dad were best friends when my dad was still living. So you just saw how her hair looked, right? Now look at the shine. Look at the body that she has in her hair. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. These are the things that I want y'all to think about. I have the full silk press on her hair, or the flat iron on her hair, and of my first client. So let me know now in the comments, like, type a little sentence, yes, we want to see it, and then it will be up. But you see the difference, right? Let me know in the comments. Do you see the difference in her hair before and after the Olaplex treatment? Y'all. So I need us to get out of that, okay? Like, today, this is my birthday month, girl. So I'm chilling and relaxing. Like, I'm clean and I'm cute, but I'm in my house in my pajamas, and I don't get blind in my pajamas, even though I'm still cute in my pajamas. But I really, really, really want us to get to the place where we're done having these conversations, because at the end of the day, they make no sense. You are not ashamed or proud of your heritage based on the way that you wear your hair. You're no more or no less of a black person because of the way you decide to wear your hair. To me, I judge the way that you love your hair based on the time and the energy that you put in to learning your body, right? So that is what I'm on right now. I am in my herbal zone. So just know, whenever you see a bunch of videos like this where you don't really see me and you see AI saying, you know, hey girl, do you like me? Do you think I'm cute? Then this is when I'm in a different energy. So real quick, what I need you to do, be honest with me. If you've been here this long, there is no reason for you not to participate in this, girl. So right now, which one of these fads have you participated in? If it's all of them, say all of them. And I don't feel like typing, just say all of them. But if it's like 1 or 2, 2 or 3, 4 or 5, baby, you can type a couple of them out in the comments. But let's be real and let's be authentic. If you stop with all of the hacks, you can get a simplistic routine and pattern. All right, my simplistic patterns and routines are within my 7-day hair growth challenge and within the growth cycle blueprint. That's the only place you can get them from me, or you can binge watch my channel for a couple of days. Bye.